Okay, somebody asked me a question, and it is awkward for me to type, and it's kind of a long story, but it won't be too long because I have to go to the bathroom. So I have to pee real bad. So that's always a good way to keep the story moving. So, anyways, this is what the cop did to me. Now, this is back in the day when I was in better shape and I could ride a bicycle. I lived in Canton, and they were routing people on Social Security through the local jobs and family services, i.e., welfare. So I would have to go to welfare once a year to do like an in-face interview. Now they just did away with all that. But point being is I had to ride a bicycle through stinky ass downtown Canton, and I got up in there early in the morning to do it, and had my little key, tied my bicycle up to a no parking sign outside the place. I walk in there, and I did not know this, but somebody, a disgruntled client, apparently poured bleach in the air conditioner. And what that does, apparently, is cycle in horrible fumes inside the building. So they considered that some sort of terrorist act, and they were on alert. And this happens occasionally in welfare offices, at least in the beautiful city of Canton back in the day. So what happens is they have cops in there, and they put up a metal detector, and they have a guy at the desk. And anybody, when you go through a metal detector, they ask you, you have anything metal? You put it in a box. You walk through the metal detector. Make sure you're not hiding a Bowie knife up your butt crack or anything like that. And then you walk back, get your keys, and throw them back in your pocket. And walk through. Now, unfortunately for me, I should have had it here as a visual aid, but it's about that big, and it's a thing called a buck multi-tool. So it's got a little scissors on it, it's got a little screwdriver on it, it's got some tweezers, it also has a tiny little knife on it. So this large, I think person of color is the appropriate term now. They figured out that African American really makes no sense, so I think they say people of color now, which sounds to me a lot like colored, which you weren't allowed to say like 20 years ago, but who knows, man? Just you can email me the proper term for people. I don't bother. They're just people. So, anyways, this large, darker hued gentleman wearing a uniform and a scowl was sitting behind the desk, and I was surprised to see the metal detector. So he was like, "Do you have anything metal on you? Please put it in this box." And I was like, "Yeah." So I put my keys in the box, and I walked through the metal detector, and I'm fine. And I come back, and he's looking at it, and he said, "This has a knife in it. Take it back outside and put it in your car." And I said, "Sir, I did not come on a car. I came on a bicycle. I don't have any place to put it outside." He was like, "Take it outside right now. I don't care. Get it out of here." And I'm like, "Could you please just put it in a drawer for me or leave it in the box?" And, you know, it doesn't matter. It's just, I'm going to be in there for like, and he cuts me off and stands up and says, "Do you want me to arrest you? Because I'll arrest you right now. Do you want to go to jail? Is that what you want? Get that out of here right now. Out." And pointing at the door. So I'm like, okay, I really need to make this appointment because I kind of need to eat and stuff. So what do I do? Do I leave my keys laying on the seat? What do I do? So it's bad enough. I'm going into the welfare office. I'm on public assistance through disability. I'm getting $422 a month to live on. I'm living in an apartment that I'm paying $225 for, and believe me, it was worth every penny. And I got this large guy. He just had to throw my keys in a drawer. He's sitting at a desk. The desk got 8 drawers on it. And, I'm just asking him one person to another. I don't have anywhere to put this. I'm here by myself on a bicycle. I have no place to put this outside. It has to either come with me, or I have to ride my bike back uphill 12 miles back to my house. you know, which of course I never got that far because he'd like, get the fuck out of here. So I come up with this idea like, okay, I walk around the side of the building, and I actually took my keys and buried them like a squirrel in a bunch of gravel, surreptitiously looking around to make sure nobody noticed what I was doing and making sure they didn't see what I was burying, but just did it quickly and went back in the building. I looked at the guy and told him I didn't have my keys, and then walked through the metal detector, and he said, okay, you can go. And then the whole appointment, all I'm thinking about is like, if somebody takes my keys, I'm gonna have to get home somehow. And I could ride a bike back then, but you know, it would have been a long, hot, nasty walk, miles and miles. And I'm not sure if I was smart enough to take money for the bus. But that's the story of how a black cop humiliated me for no reason. And somebody asked me, what did the cop do to me? But I was very angry over that for a week because of the stupidity of it and the fact that the guy wouldn't listen to me. And I had a completely reasonable story. Who would make that up? Now, if I want to kill you, I can kill you with a pencil. Long before John Wick did it, or they did it in the Joker movie with, you know, ta-da, with the Heath Ledger scene. I already knew how to do damage. You know, I grew up around evil people. I already knew how to hurt people. I could have took the pen that they wanted me to sign the forms with and killed somebody with the pen. It's not that complicated. If you have a working knowledge of human physiology to damage people, I could even hit somebody the shape I was in back then and do some serious damage to one of those people that were working back there. So the whole thing made no sense to me that the guy has put me through this over a knife blade about that big on this keychain when he could have just threw it in his drawer. And then, you know, but instead he was looking to arrest me and hassle me, and frankly looked like he wanted to beat me up because he did not need to get out his desk and walk around to be intimidating. He was plenty intimidating sitting where he was because he was a large, angry man. And that's not the intimidating part. The intimidating part is he's part of the biggest gang in the city. And they got all the guns, they have radios, and they have the full weight of the law backing them up. So I never thought, you know, maybe that's my white privilege talking, but I never thought, you know, this guy hates me because I'm white. I just thought he was an asshole. Anyways, I have to go to the bathroom. I thought it'd be shorter to tell the story on here. And I'll just, you know, that's just about it. I had another experience with a darker than me person wearing a uniform that was also unpleasant and humiliating, but it's not as good as that one. But to actually be forced to bury your keys like it's kind of dehumanizing. I kind of got turned into a squirrel, so it was dehumanizing in that regard. So that's my story, and yeah, yeah, that's it. Goodbye.